All right, guys, we are here with American Truck Simulator. Now, look, I have always loved trucking games, okay, but the best ones have always been out of reach because you need an actual gaming computer in order to play these things, okay, and for some reason, they won't put games like this on a console, okay, it just makes no sense to me. And I've always wondered that, like, why won't they? I'm just having so much fun with this thing. There are some things we got to talk about, though. The first one is they really need to update settings for the window, okay, for the game window. The biggest problem I'm having is with the game window itself. For all the other games I have, it's real easy to, move the cursor out of the game window and do other things. For this, once you manage to get the cursor off of the game window, if you minimize a different window, it goes right back to this. If you close a different window, it goes right back to this. And there's no telling how many other times it will just automatically go right back to the game window. Okay? And since there's no minimize button, you can't just like minimize the thing so it stops doing that until you're ready to come back and do some more trucking. So there's a lot of improvement that they could make there. One thing I did though that I'm really happy I decided to invest in something is I got a gaming mouse. So as you can see, button number 4, so it's the button on the side, is Alt Tab. Now why did I do that? For anyone who's familiar with the game, probably already knows. Okay, in order to unlock the cursor and get it to do other things, you need to press Alt Tab on the keyboard. And that is incredibly annoying when you Alt Tab, move the cursor off, do something, and then it goes right back to you. You have to Alt Tab over and over and over again. So with this, if I'm already using the mouse and I want to unlock it, the button to unlock it is right on the mouse. So that is a lot easier. So if you're like into like PC gaming and things like that, I highly recommend getting a mouse like this. So if you guys want to know exactly what mouse this is, put in the comments and I'll let you know. This mouse is amazing. I couldn't recommend it enough. So here's the other thing I got. I got a gaming keyboard, also from Red Dragon. Now, why did I do this? Why did I get pretty much a half of a keyboard? So you probably know what a button box is. Okay. You got a bunch of buttons that are all labeled with like start engine, this kind of thing, turn signals, parking brake, that kind of thing. So with this keyboard here, I have gotten some labels that are the perfect size to fit over the buttons, and I've made a label for each button. The first thing that I got this for was for BeamNG, which I still use it for BeamNG. But a lot of the buttons are now programmed to work on both. So, like light bar for BeamNG is the same button for beacons on ATS. So, I think with this kind of setup right here, like this is a great way to do it. This keyboard was only about $30, and for the programmability and for like the ease of access to it, it is money well spent. Okay, and all of these buttons are reprogrammable. Now, you could, do the same thing with just a regular, keyboard, but those aren't going to be programmable. Now, why is that so important? So, the other thing, I'm using an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. Okay, so it has the back buttons here. So, I did have to get an Xbox dongle in order to have the back buttons actually work in the games, okay? Or else you have to actually plug the controller into the computer in order to get that to work. So I did do that. So what you'll notice here is we have Shift, Alt, and Control. I realize I have two Alt buttons. I'm not sure like what other button I want to put up here. Okay. So, but the reason why I did that is because I have a keyboard attachment that's on the controller. So I have a whole keyboard right here. Okay. And so with the keyboard, plus I have Shift, Alt, and Control. So I have all three button modifiers. So if I do space for one thing, Shift space for something else, Alt space for something else, I have a lot more functionality with the controller. But when you're playing games like this, you really need to have access to a lot of different functions. Okay, that I definitely have a good setup here. So I've just started experimenting with mods. So I've gotten quite a few mods installed. I've gotten some really interesting things going on. And so one of the biggest problems I was having before was with navigation. Okay. So one big problem I had before was with, you know, navigation, staying on a certain highway, not getting off, and then, getting off on the right exit or whatever else. And so what I did was I got some mods to enable voice navigation, where it actually tells me where I need to be going. Okay. And I got several different voices that, is programmed in there. So I can have different voices, talk to me and tell me where I need to go. So I'm going to show you guys the one I'm using right now. Then I'm going to go back to one that I like a lot more. Okay. But this is really interesting. So I was able to buy this truck, okay, without taking out any loans. Because when I first started, I had no idea about taking out a loan or anything like that. So I just did a whole bunch of quick jobs. Okay. Finally got enough to buy this truck. And now I'm slowly working my way up. I've got $67,000 right now. And I'm wanting to save up until I can get a truck that has access to modded mirrors. Okay, but more specifically, camera mirrors. So I'm really wanting, I don't know if it's going to work because I haven't gotten one yet, but I have the mod installed, and I'm hoping to put a camera somewhere on the front of the truck. Okay, I know there's one that could go on the back. So like when you're going to, hook up a trailer, you can have a camera looking backwards. So we also have this infotainment screen right here. See that? That's really neat. But it's just not necessary because I also have my navigation window on the bottom right. So what I would like to do, I wonder if maybe so we could make this, into a mod. So I would actually like to have this infotainment window right here to be one of the cameras I'm going to install on it. And then on the other side, on the left, I would like to have another one where the camera would be facing forward. So I could always see like directly in front of the truck and then like directly behind the truck. Also, I would like to have more infotainment screens to be like viewing other cameras. Okay. And something that I thought of the other day, when you have a trailer hooked up and you're backing up, you can't see directly behind the trailer. You can see on the sides, but you can't see, directly behind it. And so what I would like to do is to have a mod that would hook up a camera facing back right over like the middle of the trailer. Okay. And I wonder if there would be a way to do that in real life too. I think that would be just incredible. You know, just to make sure there's nothing behind you as you're backing up.
When ready, proceed to the highlighted route.
All right, guys. So we have just picked up a trailer. All right, guys. So I think we got some cows here. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these animals where they need to go. So I went ahead and adjusted the mirrors so when I'm making hard turns, I can still see the entire trailer. Okay. So in order to see what the truck is doing, I have these mirrors down here. So I can see like the sides of the truck. You know, but I would like to have those little mirrors be right under the big UI mirrors too. You know, but I think this is probably a pretty good adjustment to have for the mirrors.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Now, we also have this set to skilled parking, okay? And I wish it would stop asking me if I want to skip the parking. Okay, stop asking me that. I don't care how difficult it is. We're going to get it wherever it needs to go.
Keep left. And turn left. Turn left. Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
So, as you can tell, I also have lane assist on. Okay. So, we are driving really advanced trucks right here. Okay. That's what we're doing. So if we have any modders watching, please let me know if you think any of my suggestions are possible.
Turn right. You've arrived. This concludes your journey.
See that? To skip parking the trailer. No, I don't want to skip parking the trailer. That's one of the best things about this game. Yeah, this one's going to be a bit difficult, isn't it? You really don't have a lot of room. We found some room right over here. Now, could you do this faster? Probably so. But for me, I think going slow and like paying attention to what you're doing is the way you're supposed to do this. There we are. So we are almost to level 10. So as you can see, I've been grinding quite a bit on this game. Okay. And you know what? I am just loving every minute of it, except for like the huge annoyances I have, with like, unlocking a mouse and everything like that. Because usually the button for unlocking a mouse works, but sometimes it just doesn't. Okay. So going forward, I'm not sure what kind of content I really want to make for American Truck Simulator. I'm thinking more along the lines of what I do for Warframe, which is like update ideas, going over like patch notes and that kind of thing, but then for this, probably reviewing like certain mods I try out or ideas for new mods or, kind of stuff like that. Now, I will probably, consider making videos doing the driving academy. Okay, I think that's what that's called. That is extremely fun. Okay. And I was struggling with quite a bit of that, but I think now that my skills is getting better and I've gotten my mirrors adjusted a lot better, okay. So I think I might do some content going over some of those, challenges and that kind of thing. But you guys let me know what type of content you would like to see me make, and we'll see about doing it. So, all right, that's it for now, y'all.